Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Haut Beyleron here in Farming Simulator 22 with me, CWATTYESO. As you can see, I've just slept through the night. It is now April. I said we'd be back for the next month because March wasn't really all that exciting. I did a couple of little cultivating contracts and a couple more sowing contracts off camera, but really nothing terribly amazing. Where am I going? I'm going to check on the sheep quickly to see what the wool situation's like. I think I moved the wool, so they should hopefully have room to spawn. I have moved the wool, look. Yes, good. And they have got 3 and a bit pallets produced. Very nice. I have also managed off camera to fix my sheep. 8 months now. So when we check our sheeps, I've got some 9-month-old sheeps, I've got some 16-month-old sheeps, and I've got some 3-month-old sheeps. We have no 30-odd-month-old sheeps. So yes, sheeps are fixed, ladies and gents. I'm not buying a load of sheep that are just about ready to croak and die. So all my sheeps are the same ages now. We've got 3 tiers. We've got newborns, we've got adolescents, and we've got adults. I've got 3 tiers of sheeps currently in my sheep's pen. Right, today then, what are we doing today? Well, it looks like we could do with selling some lettuces first off. Best price for that is going to be Thermier's farm shop. Yeah, price is going down a little bit, but you know, honestly, at this stage, let's get all the pallets loaded up. We could send him off on his way using auto drive, can't we? Please do me a favour, good sir. And could you please now drive to Thermier's farm shop pallet drop. Off you go. And you can go sell all my lettuces. Right, next task for me. It's now time to seed soybeans and sorghum. Sorghum, yes. We should have 2 fields available. So we're going to do soybeans on this field over here, because it's the biggest of the 2. And I'm going to do soybeans on this field here. The reason I know that field is the biggest of the 2 is because I've got the additional field info mod installed, which tells me exactly what the field area is. However, it's not perfect because it doesn't, if you've combined fields, it doesn't actually tell you the total combined area. You have to head down and check the other field and then add the 2 together. So field 38 and field 39, I have to add the field areas together and then also add on an account for the bit of land that would have been in between the fields where the road used to be. So basically I've done that over here because obviously there was a fairly big strip of road running across here, so I know for a fact that these two fields are definitely bigger than that one, despite obviously it getting quite narrow at one end. So yes, let's go do some seeding. Me Genesis is over here. I've already refueled him and refilled him, following my, like I say, the contracts that I've done off camera. Again, lots more oat sowing. a lot of oat sowing. There's a lot of farmers decided they're going to do oats this year, which of course just happens to be one of the crops that I'm doing. So, wonderful. Right, let's start. Let Courseplay decide what he's doing. I have discovered a bug in the latest version of Courseplay, ladies and gentlemen, which applies to people like me who are playing with controller. You come into the lovely settings menu here. Okay. You notice that appears to be all the options I've got available to me in my course generator. That, however, is not the case. If you actually grab the mouse and scroll down, you get access to start work on and field margin. So all these lovely, wonderful settings that I've used previously, I don't get access to if you can't. So yeah, I've reported it to the Courseplay devs. They've already said to me, one of the devs has already sent me a message to say he's just done a quick check of it in game. Yeah, it's a bug. He's also done a quick check of a quick fix, and it works. So expect that to be fixed in the next version that they release. But if you suddenly think, hold on a minute, there's options missing here on my menu screens, and you're playing with controller, and you think to yourself, hang on a minute, I can't see all the options. I would strongly suggest, if you've got a mouse handy or within reach, grab hold of that and give it a tug. give the wheel a bit of a roll, because it probably reveals the hidden options. Now, where's my truck? Excellent. Right, please can you return now to farmyard, please? That'll do very nicely. Right, also one other thing I've done off camera, and we'll probably go and change this. So I'm going to hop out here. This is pretty cool. I've been and got my mulcher. I've had my little subsoiler. And you'll notice I've gone down between every single row of my lovely grape bushes with my subsoiler. And my grapes are growing, ladies and gentlemen. We're already getting the grape bushes growing. That's fantastic. Right. So the question now, of course, is, can I mulch? Because when I tried mulching off camera, it wouldn't let me. I don't believe the little grassy stuff in between the rows had grown sufficiently that it was going to let me mulch, which is in keeping with the also what I need to do is right, I need to remember to set this $3 meters. There we go. Alright, let's give it a whirl. Yes. we're mulching. So yes, according to the in-game information, you have to mulch between the rows of your grapes and keep the grass short. Now I'm lucky at the moment. I say that, I'm lucky at the moment because I'm lucky enough in the fact that I have this class tractor that is just small enough to fit between the trees. However, it's not perfect, as you see. Sometimes the fenders do get snagged on the actual sticks. Now, unfortunately, this is one of the jobs that you sadly have to do yourself. There is no way to hire a worker. To do the mulching between the grapes. So you have to drive it yourself, which is, like I say, it's a lot of rows. Maybe got a bit excessive with the number of rows I've put down on my of grapes, especially for a first-time grape farmer like myself, a grape noob. I maybe went a little bit over the top on the grapes. Right, I definitely need to get this shifted more. There we go. Need to get that lined up with the sticks. The blue dots need to be lined up with the sticks. And then it will actually drive perfectly without issue down between the rows of sticks without colliding with any. Because I've already done the subsoiling, so I know that to be fact. I know that to be true. And then what I do once I've done this bit, I need to go back to the old shop, and I need to get myself that little fertilizer machine. That handy little fertilizer sprayer thing, doing just between each row. Shame I don't have you know, it's a shame that the cultivators can't do the create field thing. The subsoilers can't do create fields like plows, because what I would have done is I would have created a field between each row, and that would have got rid of the grass forever. I don't think there's any little plows in the game, is there, that would let me do that? That would let me plow between each row and remove all this grass, so I never would have to mulch it. 1.2, 2.5. 2.5's probably pushing it. You might be able to get a 2.5 meter. See, I'm using one of those, 1.4. Don't know whether I could have got... I don't think... No. I think I tried that. I think I tried one of these, and it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't. Unfortunately, it was too big. I even tried one of these Seppi ones. It won't fit between the sticks. So you are a little bit limited on what you can use. The 3 meters is probably too wide. And of course, me being me, I don't download anything like 3 meters or 2 meters and stuff. I don't download any of that stuff. Because I'm like, who the freaking hell wants to spend hours cultivating or ploughing and, you know, not getting on with things when you could grab a biggest, widest, most destructive tool instead and get cracking. But obviously for jobs like this, you are going to need small tools. What I should have done is I should have recorded an auto drive course. Grape start, grape finish. and let auto drive between the rows. He might struggle, I think. He might see the sticks as collisions and that would cause him lots of weird things. But yes, today's task is to get obviously mulching done, get the seeding done. Obviously our worker is doing the oats. I hope that's oats. It's a bit bloody dark for oats, mate. I'm going to go and check that because like I say, I have had issues just recently with the game where the fruit I have selected on the seeder is not actually what it's being planted. And I would be very annoyed if I'm trying to plant oats and that machine is planting bloody potatoes. So I'm going to check that very quickly when I get to the end of this row. Because the problem is, I don't have a direct drill seeder. I can't seed over the crop. I would have to cultivate the field again if he gets too carried away. Which is what I had to do the other evening when it happened to me on another map. When I was trying to plant potatoes and instead, for whatever reason, the seeder had decided it was going to plant cotton. Let me run over and check that. Sorghum, okay. It needs rolling, it also needs weeding apparently. Those are the jobs which take the time. I'm not gonna lie, those are real time intensive jobs. The rolling, the weeding. So yeah, you could really do with maybe a 2 meter mulcher. 2 meter mulcher, just so it covers the wheels, would probably be ideal for this job. And then you'd get a little bit more of the grass, especially growing near the sticks, which I can't get to with my current setup. Notice the dots are moving again now. just reposition those. I'm sure it probably works out that you need to be, what, 3 point something meters wide is probably the actual distance between the sticks. I'm sure somebody can let me know in the comments section what the actual distance is between the sticks, so you can set your GPS width exactly spot on. I've gone for 3 meters and yeah, it works, but obviously, as you see, having started at that top end, by the time I've now reached the, well, middle of the field, more or less, I've had to shift it ever so slightly because it has just moved a little bit. So yeah, it's probably something like 3.2 meters or something, maybe, is the actual proper width. I don't know. Someone will let me know. I trust the viewers out there to come up with the information. But yes, we have our grapes, ladies and gentlemen. Our grapes are growing and we are mulching. I'm also seeding our sorghum. I should probably think about getting... Well, there's no point in me getting a roller, is it? There's no point in getting the weeder until the seeder man has finished. I was trying to think of if I could jump the gun a bit. Jump ahead of things, but unfortunately that's not really a possibility, is it? Yeah, we need to get the fertilizer on this field as well. What is really good at the minute, as well for me, and one of the reasons why I'm actually being able to kind of recover a little bit, and I'm doing so well, is the fact my chickens have been making about 16 grand a day for me from their egg sales. Plus I've been selling the honey every single day as well. So despite having relatively low funds, after putting these things in, by the time I've slept through 1st of March, 1st week of March, 2nd week of March, 3rd week of March, and now moved into April, my productions are paying off. The lettuces paid off today. Obviously the sheep are going to pay off nicely when I sell all the wool. It shouldn't take too long because they are banging that out fairly quickly now. Now we've got the right sheep in the pen, the right age sheep, they're banging out the wool fairly quickly. Because I actually moved the pallets. I emptied that pallet area yesterday on the last day of March. So there was absolutely no wool on day 3 of March in the spawn area. So those 3 and a bit pallets that have appeared there today, that is just purely what the sheep have made between the 3rd of March and the 1st of April, whilst I was sleeping and fast forwarding time. So if they're making, you know, nearly 4 pallets of wool a night, happy days. Happy days. So this little class tractor is probably going to get a lot more use now. because he's going to be having to manage the grapes here, because he's the only vehicle that will fit between the rows. He's the only vehicle that fits. See, that's moved again, the dots. Dots keep moving, ladies and gents. So I definitely don't have my width set correctly. Either that or my trees aren't planted perfectly in 90-degree straight lines. I think they bend in a little bit on this end. It's a shame when you're actually putting down your grapes and your olives. You can't turn on, if you're playing with a controller like me, it's a shame you can't turn on like angle snapping when you are planting them, so that they don't wobble. They don't go, you know, they are in perfect straight lines, you know, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, or, you know, 180 degrees, 100, or 0, 360, 45, all of them are at 45 foot, you know. Yeah, see, that's veering off a little bit, so I just need to course correct there. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can clearly see. Look at the distance, the gap at the top of the field to the gap at the bottom here. These grape trees have been planted on the wonk. They're on the wonk. That's a new term that you can use. You can borrow that one from me. They are on the wonk. They are on the wonk. Like I say, it'd be nice if you, when you're planting the grapes and olives, if you could hold a button on the controller to enable snap to terrain angle, so you can plant them exactly on, you know, 90 degrees or 180 degrees or 270 or 45 or, you know, whatever. There we go. Mulching done. Well, I think we can all be very happy with that. I'm just leaving these tools parked here for the time being. Because I don't want to keep carting them and dragging them from the main farm. And plus, the main farm's already getting very cluttered with equipment. So you never know. I might need to place like a little shed or something. A little lean-to that I can park them in. But I'm going to head back to the store now because I need to pick up that little fertiliser sprayer. Now, I don't know if you have to weed grapes. I don't know if grapes and olives suffer from weeds. That'd be annoying, wouldn't it, if you have to come drive between the bushes spraying, herbicide spraying. Okay, now look at the bees. 24 pallets of honey sitting there, ladies and gents. Gonna have to sell at some point. Right, let's go grab that little sprayer. Now, the easiest way to find the little sprayer is to come down to packages, select grapes. Yeah, so I basically just bought these two because they were on this screen. I'm going to need one of those at some point. I'm going to need one of those at some point. It also recommends one of these Landini things. Doing grapes. Possibly. Frees up the class then, doesn't it? Yeah, this does herbicide and liquid fertilizer then. Don't want a license plate on it. So that would indicate to me, potentially, that we're going to need to buy herbicide. The grapes might get weeds. I would hate that to be the case because I hate spraying. Because I hate the yield penalty that comes with spraying. Right, we'll load that up. Still got me pallets of silage additive there. I get through that so slowly. There's my sheeps making their wool. Oh, that is superb. That is magnificent. I can probably afford to skip a row. Dots. Looks like you do have to spray every row. I thought it was going... I mean, obviously the animation shows it going through, but it's not turning all the soil. Like, some of that soil there isn't fertilised. I was just trying to be clever. Here's around. So I need to walk this row here now. So that should be, yes. Double fertiliser is being put down. Double fert. And we're not getting stuck on the twigs. I'm guessing 3 meters would have been actually perfect for the GPS thing, if I'd actually managed to be able to plant the grapes in a straight line. If I'd actually been able to plant the grapes at the correct distance. Yeah. I don't think the grapes are running in a true 270-degree bearing. I think by the time you get down the end of the field here, they're at about 275, about probably 273, 274. They're a couple of degrees out. Just one of them things I'm going to have to deal with. Good thing is, the sprayer does not seem to be going down at 200 billion litres per second like a regular sprayer, so I'm not going to have to keep driving backwards and forwards to fill it up, refill it all the time. I probably will be able to do this whole field with one tank. One tank of Miracle Grow. There's a reference for you UK viewers out there. Miracle Grow. Mums everywhere use it on their roses. Dads everywhere use it on their kids' football pitches. Miracle Grow. The ultimate all-in-one feed package for lawns and plants. Right, Mr. Cedarman's actually on the headlands now, I do believe. looks like he's only got one more to do. So. Yes, we are now fertilising this bit. Just checking. -13. This is where the row counter on the GPS mod would come in very, very beneficial to let you keep track of which row you've just done. Because you can lose track turning round. Because you're turning circles bigger than the gap in the row, so you have to do a bit of a horseshoe kind of turn manoeuvre. Well, I need to be on -12 next. That's -11. Turn too many rows. There we are, -12. That's the row I need to be on. -12. But then these grapes should all be done then at this point. I just need to sit back, wait for them to grow. Wait for the harvest. Right, -10. -11. The row we want to be on. So basically, you put in the liquid fertilizer into a fan. You're pumping it into a fan, and the fan is basically just misting it. You're not really spraying like with a traditional sprayer. You're kind of misting the plants. Probably explains why we're using a lot less fertilizer. Could we have a giant version of this fertilizer sprayer? Somebody mod a giant version of this that works with like regular crops on regular fields. Create big massive fan driven fertilizer sprayer. There he goes. Yeah, he's definitely working on the old headlands at this point. I do like my little grape trees though. Well, I'm going to carry on, folks. I'm going to get this done. So thank you for watching today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed this interesting look at managing grapes, because this is all new to me. If you have enjoyed the video, please make sure you've gone ahead and click that like button for me. Please make sure you've subscribed to the channel if you're not doing so already. Feel free to leave me your comments in the comment section down below. Please share the video with everyone you know and everywhere you can. And I'll see you all in the next episode of the series, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching today. Goodbye for now.